What's up friends, Chook here and welcome to Below the Stone. This is a roguelike that came out in early access about a month ago, middle of November or so. It is basically Dwarf Simulator. You go down into the mines and you complete some missions and some objectives and things like that. And, you know, the roguelike thing, each run is different and procedurally generated and all that sort of stuff. It's kind of like a mix between Minecraft, the mine part of Stardew Valley, and funnily enough, Escape from Tarkov. It's like a looter shooter extraction type thing. This is the demo. Now the demo here is down, it must be the pre-alpha build. It is now in early access, as I said, so it's in the beta. So this must be a, you know, an earlier build than what is actually available for the main game if you buy it. It's currently 20% off as well on the winter summer sale. That doesn't make any sense. Steam winter sale. Anyway, let's get stuck in and have a go. I have played a little bit. I did stream this the other day for about an hour, but we're going to start a whole new game and we'll just show you. Again, this is the demo. There's not much in it just yet, but the gameplay loop itself is pretty good. So we're just going to, for the sake of speed, we're just going to randomize this until we get someone that looks somewhat decent, I guess. Let's go with maybe this guy I'll do, and we'll make him you know what, that's fine, and his name can be this guy. Okay, this guy, he's going in. Are you sure that this guy looks like this? I'm absolutely 100% sure. This guy, are you ready to go below the stone and make a name for yourself? I am, yes, 100%. Okay, we are this guy, and we are here. So the starting part is, you know, tutorial, kind of talk to NPCs and all that sort of stuff. We'll breeze through that pretty quickly so we can get to the actual gameplay. And I'll kind of read as fast as I can. I also have COVID at the moment, so I'm a little bit stuffed up and blocked in nose and all that sort of stuff. So if I sound a bit weird, that is why. But yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is the head explorer. Yes, we've made it. Welcome to the old halls of Dwarven Kingdom. This area is usually off limits for rookies like you, but I have a mission for you to do. I planned on sending you to the cave, but we've had a blacksmith to save. The clan of a blacksmith has gone missing, and it was last seen around here. We've also seen signs of kobolds lurking around. This game also does the whole attempted comedy thing. Some of it sticks, some of it doesn't, but I guess that's all dependent on what your comedy type is. So listen up, Greenbeard. My first command to you as head explorer is to help me find the blacksmith down here. Without the blacksmith, we won't be able to craft any of our stuff, and we need to recruit other cave dwellers. Speaking of tools, you'll need a good weapon in case there's any of those stinking rock-chewing kobolds down here. Luckily for you, I brought this extra soup ladle. That ought to do for now. Even then, if you lose my soup ladle, you can always just send another one of you little recruits down to find it. Good luck finding him, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have a soup ladle, and we can do things. We can interact with E. This is also controller supported, obviously, but I did play on mouse and keyboard, and it felt quite good, so I'm going to continue with mouse and keyboard. As you just discovered, interacting with things, you can press E. Some things can be interacted by clicking on them. Try it on the NPC to your left. Also, some objects can be destroyed with melee weapons if you have one. So we can either press E or we can click on him to interact. Then you just aim at what you want to hit, and hit to destroy stuff, and it's, you know, 360-degree view effectively. You can dig through most walls in the game, but only when you have a pickaxe. So as I've mentioned, I've done all this before. Let's just go and get the pickaxe and do this entry little tutorial thing as quickly as possible. Various objects could be interacted with the mouse by clicking over them. Others could be hit and broken if you have a pickaxe or a melee weapon. Open the chest, get the pickaxe, and we will put the pickaxe in slot 2. And now we can come back here and mine through these walls. So it does have a progression system, as you would imagine, where at the moment we have a copper pickaxe, which is rusty pickaxe, sorry, which is, you know, the worst of the worst, and we can mine dirt. You know, eventually you're going to find ores, and to get the ores you're going to need different tiers of pickaxes. So, you know, if you want to mine iron ore, you're probably going to need a copper pickaxe. To mine something else, or you're going to need the next tier up, etc, 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 going on forever. Or maybe not forever, that would be a bit extreme, but you get the point. We can unlock this, and we can go and kill this kobold and get the blacksmith. Get back, you stinking creature. It's a fellow dwarf, sorry. The visor has given me some heightened smell over the years, and I guess by your smell you've already dealt with them. That means I'm free to have my dignity back. Get it? Dignity? There's the humor. Why are you staring at me this way? not digging these puns. Anyway, it's a pleasure to meet you. Da 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 da. We can just you know, spam through this, and effectively we save the blacksmith and we go back to the dude and tell him. Because it's a demo, none of this is really going to matter too much if come the main game. I think it does save your save file if you wanted to, you know, continue on after the demo. But for the sake of this, we're just going to spam through some of these dialogues just to get into it. So that's like the little entry bit. Now we're in the hub world, at least for the demo. I'm not sure if this is the hub world for the entire game, but for the demo, this is it. There's the blacksmiths we just saved. There looks like to be like a tavern here. This guy gives you missions, which we'll get to in a sec. This is like a mage or something. I don't think it does anything. This is a merchant. That's the dude that was giving us information before, I'm pretty sure. She crafts potions, and then this is your bank where you can store stuff. So being a roguelike and everything, obviously each run is different and everything like that, but also your character can die, and if you die, you lose everything, and there's no corpse retrieval, as far as I'm aware. So ideally, you know, want to have backups of equipment and everything and stored it in your bank. So if you do die, you can come and equip yourself with stuff so you can go back down into the mines and continue with your playthrough. If you put everything onto your main character and then you died and you'd have to start from scratch, that would kind of suck. So there's that whole risk reward aspect to it as well. But while we're here, we're going to talk to the blacksmith. Hey, I was expecting you. What did you have for me today? So, looks like this is your first time at the forge. Let's show you how it's done. This here is the forge's manual. On the left, you can see it's sorted into neat categories. Across here at the top, you can filter the list by crafting materials, or more importantly, you can hide all the junk that you can't craft yet. How about we get you started with some torches? Take that piece of coal and some wood. It's not smart to mine without a light. So, torches are pretty good. Obviously, it gives you light, but they're actually pretty good melee weapons as well that I found out. So we're going to craft a bunch of torches. We have, you know what, let's just make as many as we can. So the max button, 56 torches, that will do. We'll craft those bad boys, and we now have 56 torches. We have 100 monies. We cannot craft anything else, really. You know, if we want to get the bone shaman helm, we need 15 bones. If we need a copper chestplate, we need 18 copper ingots, etc. The ingots are generally, at least what I've seen from the little bit that I played, was the copper ingots. I didn't get anything further than that. I did get copper stuff so that I could start mining iron, but it is 1-to-1, so you also need coal. So I feel like coal is kind of important. And then you can make some tools and weapons and armor and all that good stuff. But for now, we will run with torches. To empty our bag space of stuff we probably don't need right now, we have some tin ore there. I'm going to talk to the banker. Can't you see I'm doing important banking things? I don't care, Mr. Banker Man. Just let me deposit some stuff. I'm going to deposit all of this stuff that we have on us right now so that we go into the mine into our first run with as much inventory space as possible. Inventory space in this game is a killer from what I saw. I don't know if you can upgrade it by getting a backpack or something. I'm not entirely sure how that works, but again, demo and all that. We're going to talk to the goblin, which is actually the biggest goblin I've ever seen. It's like 3 times bigger than a dwarf. Goblins are not that big in general, but you know, this game has creative license to do what it wants. Her name is Imogen, and she's the merchant. Again, we're just going to breeze through the dialogue. You can read it if you download the demo for yourself, which I suggest you do, because it's a pretty good game so far from what I've seen. And we have 100 monies. The pickaxes in items in general do have different stats apart from the ability to mine different materials. So if we take a look at the rusty pickaxe, it does 4 mining damage, 4 mining efficiency, whatever, and 2 damage. The tin pickaxe does 4 mining, so it's the same, but it does 3 damage. And the soup ladle does 3 damage with a speed of 2.5. So if we get the tin pickaxe, we could effectively just replace the soup ladle and as our melee weapon as well, and then we don't have to swap between them. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to buy a tin pickaxe, and then with the remaining 50 monies, not remaining, that's not a word, I'll buy a tin helmet, which will give us 2 resistance, so we're just a little bit tankier as well. And we will chuck that on. We already had a helmet. That was silly, but it's fine. And we'll put that in slot 1. And now we just have our pickaxe, which attacks faster than the ladle as well. So it does the same amount of damage, but attacks quicker. And the torch I said was a good, actually works out to be a good melee weapon. I cannot attack with in town, turns out. But we will showcase that when we get in there. We'll put the ladle away in case we die. We have a backup weapon. And we also probably don't need this other pickaxe, which we will also put away. And you can unlock more bank spaces, more bank slots, etc. But demo, that's not going to happen. Then the only thing we need to do is go down to this dude, which I thought was a slug, but it's just a dwarf with like a manifest, I guess, like a scroll, but it kind of looks like a slug body. I don't know. That's what I saw. And we can talk to him, and again, we'll just skip the dialogue, but effectively, he is the guy that gives us quests. So, when you go down, you can pick up to 3 quests, and if you complete them, you get increasing rewards. So, collect 7 coal, and obviously, the harder the quest, the more money you're going to get paid. So, this collect 31 roguelite ore. I never found roguelite ore. I played this game for about just over an hour. I don't even know if we can get roguelite ore with our tin pickaxe. I'm not sure how it works. It says faster at mining tin and copper. It doesn't say anything about roguelite ore, so I'm going to ignore that. Fossils seem to be hard to find as well, so we're going to go with collect 7 ore, kill 6 small green slimes, and slay 5 bats. And then you accept your missions, and then you go down into the mine. To get out, it's kind of like Tarkov, if you've played Tarkov or any of those extraction kind of games, where once you complete one of your objectives, you can then extract. So as soon as we either collect 7 coal, kill 6 soul slimes, or slay 5 bats, we can leave and go back topside and start all over again. Ultimately, you want to do as many of these as you can, explore as much as you want, etc. Okay, welcome to the caves. Explore around and see what you can find. Remember, you can always leave the caves. You can't leave the caves, sorry, unless you complete at least one of your missions. These things on the ground are glowwort. I don't know what they do, apart from if you eat it, which I'm not sure. I guess we just press 4 and then eat. Yes, we glow for 2 minutes. I think that's the only thing it does. It effectively gives you light, which is nice. And the mushrooms are food. So these, I think they give you 4 or 5 health when you eat them. So, you know, that's handy to have as well, collecting all this stuff as you go. When you see a shiny in the wall, you know, it's generally decent ore or something in there. So here, this is going to be coal. And we can go in and get this coal. I don't know what this is. This might be tin. It seems to be tin. So as you're running around and you're doing your things, you can see the ores or the shinies and go, oh, okay, there's a shiny, I'm going to go for it. There are cave-ins, and funnily enough, the very first wall I hit in the demo, the first time around, got a cave in, and I was just like, okay, so don't hit walls, and I was scared of hitting walls. No, it's just a random chance as far as I can tell. That there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason as to if you're going to get a cave in or not. It just happened to be the very first wall I hit. It was kind of funny, and chat laughed at me a bit. We can interact with these stalactites or stalagmites. I always remember which one's which. And you can mine them for resources as well. So we have officially got 7 coal already. If we wanted to, we could call this escape pod. It's also kind of like Deep Rock Galactic in the fact that when you call your escape pod, you then have a minute, maybe a minute and a half, I don't know, 30 seconds, I can't really remember how long it is. A section of time while the escape pod is coming down, you have to defend yourself from waves of enemies. It doesn't seem like there's multiple different... There's a cave carrot, we'll kill him. There doesn't seem to be different extraction mini-games. It always seems to be just survive against a horde of enemies. So hopefully in the real game, there's more, or they upgrade that in the future, update that, I should say, in the future, to something else, because just having to defend yourself over and over again, that being the only minigame, would probably get stale eventually. But, you know, it is what it is. So our glowwort just ran out. We could do more, or we could put some torches down. So if you get a torch, you left click, you attack with it. It's slower than the pickaxe, but you can also do fire damage, and that's why the torch as a weapon is actually pretty decent, because it has a dot, and you can right click to put torches down. So if we, you know, maybe get some of these resources. There we go, there's a cave in. So let's just get out of the way of all of that. And then when that clears, not only does it take a lot of the walls away, showing you what's behind, but it also can drop some resources. So there's some coal here that I think it may have dropped. I may have mined that, I'm not too sure. But there you go. And it's given us access to maybe Or we might have always had access to that. That might be that ore that we were looking at. Nope, that was copper. Never mind. I thought that might have been paraglide ore or whatever it was called. So it is a little bit dark. It's a mine. It's meant to be dark. So either you go around and you keep dropping torches, which also kind of lines your way effectively. Is like if you're backtracking and you don't know where you came from, there is obviously the mini-map down here on the right. There is no big map. If you press M, it just gets rid of the mini-map. And that's how it would be in real life as well. If you went into a mine and you'd never been down there before and there was no, you know, map cartography or anything of the mine down there, you would breadcrumb your way back to the exit, right? So you would probably put torches and stuff down to show where the exit is. So I'll show you the torch. If you attack with the torch, it actually does, you know, this fire damage over time, which is quite nice. Now, the only part of this game so far that I don't like is that there doesn't appear to be any... let's just put another one of these on so we can kind of see without having a torch. There doesn't seem to be any way of damage mitigation. We're a little bit hurt. We're at 76, sorry. Okay, yeah, they do give 5. I thought it was 4 or 5. I couldn't remember. It is, turns out it's 5 health per mushroom. There doesn't seem to be any way of damage mitigation. I don't know if that's something that is in the real game, whether there's talent trees, you can learn how to block or dodge or whatever it is. But as it stands in the demo, all you can do to avoid damage is literally not get hit. So it's like, which sounds simplistic, of just like, just don't get hit, don't take damage, but it's just running away from enemies or circling enemies, and there's no real like skill, action, whatever the word I'm looking for is. So this must be iron ore we can't get with our crappy pickaxe that we have. There is some more shiny over here. I don't know if that's going to be more... Oh, another cave-in. Let's get out of there. So the cave-ins, I don't think they're super common. Like, I didn't go mining too much when I was streaming this, but I feel like 2 cave-ins already is more than I got in probably half an hour of play. So maybe we've just gotten unlucky. I'm not too sure. Seems like that cave-in did actually damage this this node as well, which is kind of nice. So you could effectively use cave-ins to get nodes that you can't have access to. Anyway, getting back to the defense thing I was talking about, there's no action or skill or anything button that you can press to avoid damage. Like, there's no dodge roll, or there's no, you know, parry or block or any of that. It's literally just, don't put your body into the enemy. And I kind of don't like that. I wish there was some way of being able to mitigate damage from a skill-based scenario. Like a dodge roll would be great, or something like that. But again, I don't know that that's not in the game. It might be, this is pre-alpha, as I said, the demo, so it could be in there. It might not be, I'm not sure, but the gist of the combat from the few different, you see here, it's very easy to get hit. The gist of the combat from the few enemy types that I have encountered in the roughly hour that I've played have all been pretty much just run away from it and hit it while you're running backwards or kiting around in circles. So the combat probably feels the least, or the responsive, or the worst part of the game maybe. These guys are like loot bugs from Deep Rock Galactic, so if you kill them you get a bunch of stuff. But the combat probably feels like the most lackluster part of the game. The exploration, all the mining, the procedurally generated things, the fact that you've got these quests that you have to do and you can't leave until you do at least one. The fact that you have permadeath and you leave all your stuff behind, so you need to... There's the risk reward of what you take down into the caves, etc. All of that I really like. I just don't really like the combat very much. But, you know, maybe there is more to it and it's just not in the demo. But as you can see, against little enemies like slimes, and let's have another one of these glowworms. Against slimes and bats, and maybe there's carrots that we fought before. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's fossils. Okay, so that was one of the things that we had, was collect 7 fossils. The torch is actually really good. It's like, I used the torch for quite a bit of my damage. compared to using, you know, a pickaxe or something. Here is some more ore that we can't get to. There's also seems to be a opening up here. I think that might just be looping around and not actually a little hidden cavern. But we'll go up and take a look. Yeah, it just loops around, so that's fine. There are hidden caverns. There are little dungeons as well. I did come across a kobold dungeon in one of the runs that we did. And as you can see, we've completed 2 of our 3 objectives. So as long as you complete 1, you can extract, as I mentioned. So a run could take you anywhere from 30 seconds to 30 minutes to 8 hours. It depends how long you want to stay down in the dungeon for, in the mine for. So this is like a mini dungeon that we found. The ranged enemies seem a bit bullshit with the whole not being able to mitigate damage in any way. They just shoot you and it's quite difficult to avoid a lot of the time, especially when you're trying to bridge the gap, because they kind of shoot fairly quickly and there's not much time to react. And because there's no dodge, if you're in the line of sight of them effectively, there's a fairly good chance that you're going to get shot. So I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. That seems to be maybe spawning the skellies. There was a kobold dungeon that I found and there was tents, like little, you know, like camping tents. And once I killed the camping tents, that stopped the kobolds from spawning. But I don't think we really want to screw with this right now. This is the first, you know, run down into the mine that we've done. We don't really have any, well, we don't have a weapon. We're attacking with a torch and a pickaxe. So if we came back here with an actual axe or maybe a sword or something, maybe, you know, doing that seems a little bit more likely. But maybe we'll just leave that dungeon for now and move on. I kind of wanted to find some bats because we only need 5 of them. But we may just extract with what we have if we can't find a bat. So we're just going to go left here for a bit. Hopefully we don't get caved in and die. If we do, you know, let's just have some food just to top up, just in case. And I'll see if we can find a, you know, another cavern or something over here. With the whole procedurally generated thing, you never know what you're going to find. This just could go left indefinitely forever and there's nothing over here, apart from ore, obviously. But maybe we'll luck into just another area and there'll be some bats. I'm not sure. We've reached some form of new rock that we're not as easily carving through. Doesn't seem to be anything on the... Oh, here we go. Bringing out a torch actually gives you more. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it was just because we got that last block. I thought we actually saw in here because we had a torch out, but I think it might have just been because we deleted that block and got a little bit closer to it. Let's see what's in here. This seems to be a dungeon because there's a chest there. I would imagine that's not free. There's 2 chests, in fact. Now, I did die to a mimic. So mimics are definitely in the game. And the mimic was kind of balls as well. Like, it attacked very quickly and was relentless. So that's probably not ideal. Okay, it turns out this isn't a dungeon. It was just a thing. Let's have a glow wart so we can see a little bit better. Here's some more copper ore, which is nice. So we'll take that. I need to check my inventory because I don't know how much inventory space we have left. As far as bugs go, I've only run across the 1 bug, and, you know, I only did play for 60 minutes or so. So, you know, running into a bug with only that short amount of time is not great. But it may have also been a button press that I accidentally pressed. It was like a toggle where it toggled my, you can see as I turn around, the line, that gray line showing where I'm aiming was stuck on this kind of right area. Like, I could only face right. So anything behind me, above me, below me, I couldn't attack, and I couldn't break walls even if I was to the left of them. It was just like it deactivated my pickaxe, and I could only interact with things on the right. So I don't know whether I like locked my axis or something to the right, or whether with a button press, or whether it was a bug or something, but it kind of sucked. And then so I tried to do an escape pod to get out to, you know, go back to town and hopefully fix the bug. But the escape pod that got called inside a wall, and I couldn't mine into the wall to actually, you know, get to it. So that kind of sucked. So inventory, we still have half of it left. So we could actually keep going and you know, look for more stuff. But I don't really want to do that too much. There is a carrot, so we'll just burn him because roast carrots are good. And there's Skellymans, and there's a boar. I've never seen a boar before. There's some bats though, so that's really good. There's 3 bats. Bats are one-shots with the torch. As I mentioned, torch is really good. It's really good. So the pickaxe hits a lot faster and has pushback and all that sort of stuff. But because the torch has this burning effect, you only need to one-tap something rather than, you know, hitting something multiple times. So it's actually quite nice. Okay, let's extract because we've completed everything, right? We'll go back and we'll show the kind of meta progression of the game. I'll heal up to full just in case calling the thing, you know, some shit goes down. But effectively, I think we're good. You can also press journal or click down here and it will show you what you're doing. So we have all of our stuff done. We have no quests and it shows us our stats and everything. Nothing super out of the ordinary or interesting there. But let's call the escape pod and we'll do this whole like survive the wave thing. So we just need to wait for this to get to 100% and you know, just survive. It's as I said, it's the same every single time. I don't know whether in the full release or in the beta, as it's not 1.0 yet, whether there's more of these, but in the demo, the few runs that we did was always defend. And I would like to see it be changed somewhat and have a little bit more variety. I feel like that's probably not that much to ask for or expect. And I would imagine that would be the case eventually. It seemed like the enemies were a little bugged there and weren't really attacking me. But that has ramped up. Get to 100%, it deletes everything in that box. Anything outside of the box still survives, you have to get rid of. And then you just go over here, jump in, and you escape. And that is effectively one run. And I don't know why I've got my sound effects turned down to like 20%. That sound effect is always like the loudest thing ever. It's just so loud. Anyway, we completed our 3 things, so we get 70 gold for completing all of that. And we also get our 3 chest rewards, which is really nice. So if we return back to the kingdom, there's our chest rewards right there. We can open these up. 200 gold for that one. This one gives us a health potion. And this one gives us 2 ore of some sort. So before putting everything into the bank, let's see what we can do with the stuff that we have available. We have 50 copper ore, which is quite nice. We also have, how much money do we have right now? 270 monies as well. So if we talk to the blacksmith, we can see that we can make copper ore, copper ingots, iron ingots, lead ingots, iron, tin ingots, etc. So let's go down to the ingots and make as much as we can. I don't know how much, what do we have? We have 45 coal. So we have 50 copper ore. So we could make 45 copper ore. How much tin ingot? I'm assuming tin is better than copper. No, copper would be better than tin, right? Tin pickaxe, mining is 4, damage is 3. The copper pickaxe, mining is 5, the damage is 1. Okay, so the copper pickaxe is definitely better at mining, but not as much damage. And it did say that for the iron, we needed copper pickaxe. So if we go to weapons, that's probably a better way. So if we go, is there a tin axe is 5 damage. A copper sword is 6 damage. So yeah, it seems like copper is better than tin. So in that case, let's make as much copper ingots as we can, which would be 45. We've crafted them. That's nice. If we go to tools, we'll make a copper pickaxe. We'll make a copper sword. Because why not? And then maybe we can make some better armor as well. So a copper chest plate. Some copper. How much copper do we have? We have 17. So we can, in fact, we can make everything. We can make gloves and some shoulders. And put the gloves on. Chest piece on, put the shoulders on wherever they went down here, and then we have our tin helmet. So we're copper man with tin helmet, and that's fine. The copper pickaxe can go back into slot 1. The copper sword can go into slot 2. Our torches can go to 3. Our mushrooms could go 4. Glowweed can go 5. Everything else can probably, we'll keep this these potions just in case. Everything else can go into the bank, I think. And then we could also make can we make a crossbow? We need 6 wood to make a crossbow. We have exactly 0 times wood. We may have some wood in our bank, though, that I put away. I'm not too sure. Let us take a look. We have 3 wood. Okay, so that's not enough. Let's get an extra slot here so we can put some of this stuff away. So maybe the tin ore. We have 1 times potato. The copper ore we'll keep on us. Actually, we'll keep the tin ore because we're bound to pick up more tin while we're out and about, right? So we may as well stack it. Lead ore. May as well keep the ores on us because we're going to pick up more of them. Throwing axe can go away. I don't know what half of this stuff does, so we're not going to worry too much about it. In fact, I'll take the arrows, the crossbows I should say. Tin pickaxe can go away. And yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Let's see if we can buy a crossbow maybe. So here's the potion lady, effectively. Alchemist is the word I was looking for. She seems to be quite expensive. So the glow wort lasts for 2 minutes if we use it, right? But if we give her 25 glow wort, sorry, and an empty average flask, we get a glow potion of an average glow potion, which probably lasts for 10 minutes or something. I'm not entirely sure. And the same thing with the health potions. Like these mushroom caps heal for 5 per mushroom. So we effectively have 110 health in our pocket, whereas an average health potion costs 30. As well as 5 pure rose and an empty flask, and I don't even know how much that heals for. The health potion miner, which is what we do have, heals for... No, it doesn't tell you. So it's a way of condensing your materials into a more potent thing, but at the cost of it probably being less useful overall for the amount of materials you've spent crafting it, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure if that does make any sense. We can buy wood off this guy. We needed 3 wood, I think it was, so... Let's buy 3. That should allow us to buy a crossbow, or make a crossbow with the wood that we had in storage. I keep pressing tab to exit out of the inventory screen because of a game that I was playing recently, which that was the button prompt, and muscle memory is taken over somewhat. Let's put crossbow into slot 4, and we can put the arrows over here, and then I think we're good. Now we have a bit of ranged combat as well, should we need it. And then we go down and do it all over again. So as the demo, I don't know how much there is in the game as far as when it will actually stop you, or get to a point where you've seen everything, but in essence, this is the game. You get stronger, you go down, you can do harder things, upgrade your stuff to be able to mine better stuff, get stronger, and roguelike go on forever, etc. Nothing new as far as the mechanics of a roguelike go, but the actual game itself is quite good. It's just that pesky no skill issue of avoiding damage that lets it down for me personally. But other than that, I quite like this game. The same thing with the ores. We didn't see Roguelike or Parisium ore, and I don't even know if we can get that with our copper pickaxe, so I'm going to pick the other 3, which are all Slay. No, sorry, Slay 6 green slimes, which we did before, 5 bats, which we did before, and 14 glowweed. So we will accept those missions, and down we go. So the pickaxe that we got is better at mining, but it does 1 damage. So when we're fighting things, we really want to be using our copper sword or our torches, right? And here is a kobold dungeon. This is one of the dungeons that I found that I was mentioning earlier. So in here, let's just eat one of these so we can see a little bit easier. In here, there were the... Okay, how much? Okay, the sword is okay. No, actually, you know what? It doesn't even one-shot a bat, and the torch does. That guy's got a frying pan. Oh, these spear throwers are also really annoying because of the not being able to avoid damage thing I was talking about. They just throw these spears at you, and it's kind of hard to avoid them. Yeah, let's just get through here if we can. But this is what I was talking about. The Kobold Dungeon had these tents, and that would spawn the kobolds. So if you destroyed the tent, they stopped spawning. We're going to just heal up a little bit. Obviously, this is tedious as hell. Making those potions would be a lot more useful, but yeah. Let's do some range combat. Keep hitting that wall. We got a kobold head. Shoot that guy. We just missed him. There we go. Nice. And now I'm paranoid about all of these being mimics. Let's burn this guy. So you see there, he gets the little shine on him, right? That he's going to do a power attack and charge you. But it's very hard to avoid. Maybe I'm just bad as well. It definitely could be a thing. But I would really... Oh, I don't know what that was. But I would really like some form of damage mitigation. I'm going to stop talking about it now. But the only reason I keep bringing it up is because it's literally the only part of the game that I think is a negative. I think the rest of this game is actually pretty good. The combat, while being simplistic, is fine. It does the job. You know what? This guy is kind of like being a bit of a douchebag. Let's just see if we can... No, never mind. So, like, he just absolutely pinpointed us with that, which is fine. I can see some shinies up here, so let's try and go up here and get these. We'll put a torch down. Yeah, so I won't harp on about that anymore. I just, you know, making my view on it fairly clear if anyone was interested. Yeah, the combat itself is fairly simplistic from what's in the demo, which is just, you know, left click on things. But it, you know, it suits the game fine. That the style of game that it is, I think, is totally fine. But it is not the strongest part of the game. That's for sure. Let's open this chest real quick. Get some ore. Burn this dude. Burn this dude. It's just like if you touch them as well, you get damaged. So I'm not a big fan of that in games in general. Just touching an enemy gets you damaged. I feel like you should only get damaged by things in games, unless it's like a 2D platformer or something like Mario or whatever. If you actually, you know, get hit by an attack. If you walk into, imagine playing like Dark Souls or something, and if you walked into a hole, you got hurt. That would be kind of balls, right? But I guess it's the style of game, so. This is a lot of dudes, but there's also a lot of loot in here. So this has nothing to do with our objectives. I mean, the slimes, yes, but we've already done that. We're here just exploring for the sake of exploring. So as you see, getting stuck on that rock, trying to attack the other guy and then them just throwing the spears, it just feels a little bit unfair. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to stop. I did say I was going to stop talking about it, and I will as of right now. Let's see if any of these are mimics. So the way I saw a mimic last time is I thought I opened it and it didn't open, and then I went to open it again and then it ate me. But after watching it, after it killed me, its animation, it did actually do the whole like slightly open its mouth thing. These all seem to be fine. I can't see any of these guys moving, so I think we're okay. And we are. Okay, so we got a bit of food out of that, actually. We got, what? Oh yeah, we got these things as well. What are these? Disposable rock radar. This device can detect seismic waves in walls, which allows the user to discover hidden caverns and measure how far into the wall they are. Okay, that's super useful. Let's chuck them there. We got 4 pieces of cooked ham. We got some coal. What else did we... I thought we got some more food. Did we not get more food? No, I must have been thinking of something else. Anyway, there's more loot down here. But yeah, this has nothing to do with our objectives. I mean, there is glowweed on the ground we can harvest sporadically here and there. But this is just part of the game, you know? You go in and find stuff and explore. We just got some form of helmet. A linen hat with resistance 4, which somehow a linen hat is stronger than tin. Not sure about that. We do look pretty freaking cool though. Let's try one of these things, right? 7. A disposable rock radar. So if we put that on this wall, found cavern 24 blocks deep. That's really nice. I kind of like that. 1, 2, it's just going to take us back here, I think. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So what did I say? 27? So it was a little off, but they could have been scanning on, you know, down here or something where it was a little bit deeper or something. Not too sure. But that's a cool mechanic. I quite like that. Let's get some light going and let's maybe get some burning going, because the torch just seems a little bit stronger than melee weapons, which is a bit funny, just because of the burn. But this whole kiting around thing is what I do for combat. I'm not sure if there's a more efficient way, but it seems to work. Okay, so we still need what? We need 12 more glowweeds, so we really need to pay more attention to getting those green shinies on the floor. We got some carrot boys. Or potato boys, I should say. They look like carrots, but... well, they kind of look like a potato carrot, so that makes sense. But they're pretty good, because not only are they easy to kill, they give you potatoes, and that's healing. So, you know, who doesn't like free heals? We're up to 5 out of 14, which is nice. Let's get this... what ore is this that we're getting right now? I would kind of like it when you picked it up if it told you what ore it was. Obviously, you're going to... it seems like it's tin ore. You're going to get to know what the ores are by playing. In fact, maybe there's a setting on that. But there's some settings that grayed out from the demo, so maybe there is a setting where you can click on... that you can activate, like when you get an ore, it comes up saying +2, you know, iron ore or something, so that you know what ores you're actually looting. But as you play the game and you get more familiar with what everything looks like, you're going to know what iron ore looks like, you're going to know what tin ore looks like, etc. But at the very start of the game, it would be nice to at least have a toggle or something that would tell you what things are, so that, you know, like if we're right now with the copper pickaxe are able to pick up or mine iron, we want to be focusing on iron, because iron is going to be stronger than the copper that we have. But I keep getting tin ore instead, thinking it's iron, and because it looks similar, you know, they're both just grey. So but again, I can't speak for the actual release. So we need one more bat and what's that? 8 more glowweed. So we're getting there. So I think part of the game, part of the, you know, decision making of this is going to be how long do you potentially stay down in the mine? Do you risk staying down much longer than when you complete your objective? 1 objective, 2 objectives, 3 objectives, whatever, however many you want to actually achieve? Do you go, you know what, we're, you know, got a lot of health, we got a lot of healing, let's stay down here and go around and try and get a hell of a lot more resources? Or do you just do your objectives and then from there go home? In which case you're going to bank up a lot of money a lot quicker, because you get money for completing your objectives, and then you also get your chests for completing said objectives as well. So you could just rapid fire your objectives and build up a lot of cash and buy things that way, or you could go, you know what, I'm going to stay down in the mine for 2 hours and go and just get as much iron ore as I possibly can, so when I go back I can make multiple different iron ore sets, iron sets, like, you know, a full repertoire of iron armor, and make 2 of them, and then put the other one in the bank, so if you do die you have backup armor and you don't have to start from scratch. That is kind of the strategy, I guess, the decision making of the risk reward factor, which I quite like. There's a lot of glowweed here, which is good. There's also a lot of these potato dudes, which I also think is good. So what I might do, next enemy, I might get hurt on purpose and see how much those potatoes heal for. Because we know these mushies, which are plentiful, heal for 5, but I feel like the potatoes are going to heal for more, because they're not just everywhere on the ground, right? They're only lootable by killing enemies. Speaking of mushies, we got some purple boys. Hopefully they're not too much of a big deal. I did fight one of them in the stream, and it has like a slowing effect. Like if it hits you with that purple fart juice, it slows you. I mean, we want it to take damage, so I guess I can showcase that. It kind of disorientates you, and there we go. And you go a bit slower. They also hit a lot harder. So we're at 71 health now. Where are these potatoes? If we eat, oops, if we eat one of these, we'll just put it in here. And how much health does a potato give you? So the mushroom gives you 5, the potato gives you 10. Yeah, so we assumed it was going to be more. My god, these guys hit like a truck. Okay, well, now's a good time to eat some potatoes, I guess. And we'll finish it off with some mushrooms, because we do have a lot of mushrooms. We need 2 more glowweed. And then we can, you know, have our achievements done and leave, should we choose to do so. There is a lot more copper here, which, I mean, we don't need copper so much because we're looking for iron, but it can't hurt to take it. I would like some more coal. I don't know how much coal we have. Probably not much. We have 14. Coal seems to be super important and relatively rare, I guess. Somehow we have 33 copper, but we have 14 coal. You would think it would be the other way around. But no. So maybe a strategy could be to do as many missions as quickfire as possible and then go home and just build up cash and just buy the copper. Sorry, buy the coal from Imogen, I think her name was. The giant goblin. And that's a way of getting coal quickly rather than going out and trying to find it. Would just be to buy the coal. I'm not too sure. I guess we could use another one of these things. Reached limit, no cavern found for 100 blocks. Okay, these things are super handy. I quite like them. That's a good mechanic. Okay, we'll run around for another minute or two, see if we can find some iron ore, and see what it looks like, so we kind of know what it looks like, how different it looks. Okay, so this is like gray, right? That was 2... That was iron, right? So we had 4 iron. Now we have 5? Yes, okay. So the iron is like gray. And tin is more white. Okay, so we're looking for more gray ore instead of white ore. I don't think we're going to be able to do much with 5 iron ore. But considering there's some iron ore here, might mean that there's more around. We'll see if we can see any, you know, oh, there we go, shininess in the walls, and head out down that way and see if there's any more. So this seems to be the stuff, right? No, that's tin. I've already got confused. This is definitely tin. Here's a fossil, maybe? Yes. Get another fossil. I don't know what the fossils do, apart from we had a quest before that we needed fossils, but you might be able to just sell them for money. I'm not too sure. Plenty of copper. Copper for days. But not so much in the iron front. I have also noticed that we are coming up on 50 minutes of the video, so I think... Oh, can we mine this? We cannot mine this with the copper pickaxe. Okay, let's extract. I don't want this video to go too long, so around, you know, under an hour is probably good for a first look. Let's just extract, and we'll heal up. Pull the escape pod. And we'll go home and see what we can do with the materials that we have gathered. And for the extraction, I'll use the torch, because the burn is really nice. You can just hold the button down as well, the left mouse button, to attack. You don't need to manually click over and over again, which is quite nice. Which would be expected, I guess. So when these kobolds do get low health, they do seem to run away from you. Which, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, actually. I don't know if they, by running, if they go home and, you know, bring back friends or anything like that. I'm not sure, or whether it's just if you want to chase them down, you can. Not too sure, but anyway, that was pretty easy, and we're done. And yet again, loudest thing ever. So we got 229 gold. Sorry, well, we did all that, but we have 229 gold total, I believe. And then, obviously, our 3 loot boxes. Or loot sack, loot chest, loot more better a chest. 200 monies for that one. Some ore, and some more ore. Okay, so, if we go over to Blacksmith Man, we have a kobold head, right? We found one. We can make a kobold on a stick, which seems to be, I'm guessing that's a weapon. Yes, it's a 3 damage weapon. So that's actually pretty bad. Is there anything else that we've unlocked? So it seems like when you pick up a thing, you unlock new crafting recipes, because I don't think that was there before. There is also a question mark here, which I did not see before. Oh, that's just the tutorial text over there again. Okay. So the iron ingot, we could make max of 8. Can we make an iron pickaxe? We can, with exactly 8. Okay, so this lets us mine lead, which is really nice. And it has 6 mining and 2 damage, so we'll make a lead an iron pickaxe, I should say. And swap that out there. And rinse, repeat, effectively. And that is how this works, the meta progression of this works, and roguelike part of this works in general. Let's talk to this dude. Let's maybe get another slot because we're running out of room, and put the things we kind of want to keep. So I guess we can put these ores away for the moment. Coal seems to be, yeah, coal seems to be something we kind of want. Copper ore, it does not stack. Seems like the stack size is 64, which is an odd number, but you know, whatever. I don't know what the fossil does. Let's put the tin helmet away. Average flask. We can put the ham away. Blue cap, I don't know. Kobold head. We'll put the kobold head. Actually, we'll put the wood away. What is in here that we probably don't need? Blue. We got more blue caps there. And I'm not sure. Let's put the kobold away. We'll sell this stuff, I guess. Maybe we'll put the arrows there so we can see how much ammo we actually have. And I keep pressing tab. That's really annoying. It's my fault. I don't know what game it was that I was pressing tab all the time for infantry, but it's stuck. We'll go to Imogen. We will sell a 3 times blue cap for 1 money. And how much do the fossils sell for? They sell for 1 as well. So seems like maybe not selling the fossils is probably not worth selling. I don't know what they're for, but we could go to her and go, let me buy. Did you not have... You had... Maybe every time you come back, the shop changes its inventory as well, because I'm pretty sure she had coal before. I'm fairly sure she had coal before. So, coal seems to be quite difficult to get. Just as a heads up. But there you go. That is a quick look at Below the Stone. I quite like it. As I said, I showed my reservations about the combat system, particularly being able to avoid damage. But other than that, I think it's quite good. I would be interested to see what the full game shows and what the full game builds upon from the demo. How much content there is actually in the game right now. It did go into early access. It came out a month ago, so it's probably a little bit bare bones. I imagine a year from now there will be a lot more content than what there currently is. But I think it's a fundamental blueprint. It's pretty good. And I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it. I haven't bought the full game yet, but maybe in another content patch or 2, I might do that and we might revisit this. So if you like this, you would like to see more of this in the future, let me know in the comments so we can definitely revisit it when and if I buy it in the future. But otherwise, there is a look at Below the Stone. As I mentioned, this is the demo. If you would like to play the demo, you could definitely just go to Steam and download and play it right now. And yeah, we did get the iron pickaxe, which allows us to go get lead. So ideally, if we went on another run now and found lead ore, that we could do stuff with that and, you know, go on forever. But I'm not sure where the demo actually stops you. But there you go. Yeah, if you'd like to see more, let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye!